July, typically one of the busiest months for auto sales. The coronavirus, of course, slowing the pace of car purchases this year, but automakers still have some pricing power. Phil LeBeau joining us now to explain. Phil?
And Scott, there's still demand out there. It's not like we're seeing a complete drop-off in auto sales like we saw at the beginning of April when the country shut down because of COVID-19. But relative to the pace of sales that we've seen over the last 5 years, which, by the way, best 5 years ever for the auto industry, if you look at this chart here, basically you're seeing that we were over 17 million over the last several years. 15.5 million is the estimate many people believe. The expectation is that July is going to come in at about 14.2 million. And when you look at July, three things stand out. One, steady demand. It's down relative to expectations, anywhere between 8 and 10%. High incentives, they're still there. If you're looking for 0% financing, you can find it. And pickups, they continue to pull in the buyers. Take a look at GM, Ford, Fiat Chrysler. Now, remember, they do not report monthly sales. They only do it on a quarterly basis. So we got their monthly sales at the end of Q2. But all of them have seen strong demand, particularly for the pickup trucks and the SUVs. And also, when you take a look at the dealer stocks, this is really where the action has been for investors, whether it's AutoNation, Group 1, Penske Auto Group. They've all had a nice move over the last 30 days. And then one last thing, guys. We had news this morning of another SPAC in the auto space, and this one involves Lordstown Motors. Lordstown in a merger with Diamond Peak. The SPAC is valued at $1.6 billion. They're going to trade on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol RIDE, R-I-D-E. It's expected to close in the fourth quarter. Guys, we've talked about it before. The money for SPACs is there, particularly when it comes to electric vehicles. Lordstown will be building electric pickup trucks. First one expected to go into production next year. Guys, back to you.
Hey, Phil, does this break down at all geographically? Are there parts of the country where there's much stronger demand, or is it basically everywhere where there is pretty strong consumer demand?
It's pretty much everywhere right now. Initially, when COVID-19 hit, you saw a huge drop-off in sales in the Northeast, the Chicago area, also in California when it initially shut down. And it was basically the Sun Belt that was holding all the sales. Now it's pretty much everywhere. Even though you're seeing a surge in cases in the Sun Belt, you're still seeing relatively strong demand down there.